PowerCall with Grady Polson. Brought to you by Online Sales Pro. PowerCall with Grady Polson. Welcome to the PowerCall with Grady Polson, where it's all about success, improvement, and living life on your terms. And now your host, he loves bad jokes and good stories, Grady Polson.
Hello, Online Sales Pro world. Hello, Facebook world. This is your host of the Online Sales Pro Power Call, Grady Polson. Happy to be on here with you this morning. Fantastic Thursday, October 5th. Rocking and rolling, having a lot of updates going on within the system, a lot of fun stuff happening, but it's good to see you guys on. If you're joining me right now, type replay in the comments below. If you're also jumping on here, let me know where you're coming in from. I always like to say hello to everyone and see the reach of the Online Sales Pro community and the network and what we've all created here together, because it's fun seeing people that just got introduced to us, rising, having massive success, trying new things, getting uncomfortable, getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's one thing that I like to encourage everybody to do. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Let me get this out here, right there. And I got one more thing to do and we'll get rocking. But hello, Brenda Escobar. Nice to see you on here today. Good to have you on here with us. Mykonos. Holy cow. She is in Mykonos. That is in Greece. For those of you who think Greece is right, it's right there. It's right in there. Very cool. Nice to have you on here, Helen Thiel. Welcome to the Online Sales Pro Power. We're going to have a lot of fun today. And got a couple videos to show. Got a great training to talk about generalists versus specialists. Generalists versus specialists. So make sure you kind of tune into this today. Figure out what you want to become, what your optimal goals are for your business, what you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are for yourself. Let me see. Let's go through. Perfect. And so we're gonna talk about generalists versus specialists today and kind of the details and the nuances inside of that. So let me check one last thing, but keep saying hi. I'm gonna say hi to you guys right back. Good to see you. Ellie Kersey on here. Mimi, hello, my friend. Nice to see you on here. Maria Santiago, John Salas, Michelle Voris, Reynolds. Oh, you're on. This might be one of your first power calls, Michelle. You're gonna see a different side of me tonight. So nice to have you on here from Greeley, Colorado. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello and let me know where you're coming in from. It's very good to see so many people on here. But this is the power call. And my focus on this call is a three-prong approach. What I like to do, and there's a great line. It says, if you don't teach your own horn, no one else will. I mean, I've been in sales and marketing, online marketing, direct sales for over a decade now. I've built a network marketing company of over 30,000 people and had a tremendous success, then decided to partner with Joel. And now we built a software company for the last 4 years, and we're having tremendous fun and success doing that as well. So I've got some pain. I got some failures. I got some scars on my back that I have felt and that I've dug myself out of and that have changed me. And then my goal on these calls is to equip you with some of my experiences, some of my perspectives, and to help you guys move forward in what you're doing right now, your goals. And so the three-prong approach of this call is to give you new knowledge, give you new information. And the result of the acquisition of new knowledge, new information allows you to refine your skills. And so your skills is what the marketplace defines as what you're great at. And so maybe it's follow-up, maybe it's generating leads, maybe it's presenting, maybe it's the tasks you perform at your job. And so your goals in business are to increase the value of your skills. A great carpenter makes more. A great painter will make more money than a novice painter, right? A skilled carpenter will make more money than a novice carpenter, right? A great basketball player who plays in the NBA is going to make millions of dollars. Someone who's just shooting, I mean, using very simple examples here. So the goal is, though, it's the only way to increase your skills is the acquisition of new knowledge. That's the only way. There's no knowledge and experience, but the result of experience is new knowledge on what to do and what not to do. So if we can increase your skills, the height of those skills determines your value in the marketplace. And so that's my goal on these calls, is to equip you all the way from Baltimore and South Spain and Alaska, incredible, and Ottawa, Canada, with new knowledge to go out there today, refine your skills, work on some things with new information, have a different thought process, and then be able to increase your value to the marketplace, which in turn, as Jim Rohn says, is how much money you can make. So if you're on here, welcome. If you've shared it, share in the comments below. Feel free to share this out in your communities, in any of your private groups or anything. As a general call, there will be no discussion of anything other than personal growth, personal development. And I believe we're over 150 now, guys. So it's pretty incredible. I always take these calls. They live here on Facebook, on our Facebook wall. But then from here, I will transfer them to SoundCloud, where you can listen to them in your back office or on the SoundCloud app. I've done over 150 of these calls. I selfishly do them for my personal growth, at the same time helping you guys learn new things and grow from there. John Bone on here from the UK. Good to see you on here, my man. Chris Rathburn, what's up, buddy? So gonna have a fun call today. Have a great video I want to show to you guys real quick from Kerwin Ray, my friend down in Australia. Might get a little reverb here. One second. John Bone on here from the UK. Good to see you on here, my man. Have a great video I want to show to you guys real quick. He just does that. I don't know. I'm a one-man show today. So what I want to show is a great video on becoming a specialist. And Kerwin Ray talks about becoming a specialist. And I want you to listen in here, listen to what he says, listen to his personal pain, challenges, and experiences, and hear what he went through in order to conquer things, what he did. So how to become a specialist. And we're going to talk about this. And then right after this, we're going to talk about becoming a specialist or a generalist. And this is important for you guys, because maybe right now in your business, you're like, what do I focus on? Do I focus on generating leads? Do I focus on the product knowledge? Do I focus on my company experience, right? There's 5 things that I teach you guys to become bulletproof in order to become successful in your business. 5 things are your company, right? Everything you could learn about your company, the history, the owners, the founders, everything, right? Your comp plan, how you make money, how you teach people how to make money. Your competition, right? Who you're competing against, who might have other products comparable to yours, other services comparable to yours. Your products, right? Especially your products, the details, the nuances of why yours are better than other people's. And then the last thing you need to become bulletproof on is your industry, right? Your industry at large, whether you're in real estate or insurance or network marketing or mortgages or window cleaning, right? Whatever business you're in, if you're not highly knowledgeable about that industry, you're not going to be able to talk to prospects, clients, potential people on why they should hire you versus the other guy that does a similar service, right? Your passion will come through. A great line says, enthusiasm is more powerful than brains, right? Passion and drive and desire to share with what you are so passionate about to other people will often come off to people as something like, wow, this person's so excited about this, I should take a better look at it, versus, hey, Adrian, I found this great product. It's great. You should check it out. All right, there's option 1. Option 2, hey, Adrian, you're never going to believe what happened to me. The last 30 days, I started taking a new product. I've lost 7 pounds. I've been trying to lose weight my whole life. And I found something that I think, is really working for me. I know you've been talking about trying to lose weight for a long time. If I showed you a video of how it works, would you take a look at it? Yes, I would. Right? So that's the response. A little bit of passion, a little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of drive about what you're sharing with other people. And that will come through. So let's jump into Kerwin's video real quick. My friend, I'm speaking into existence. Kerwin Ray is fantastic. If you're not familiar who he is, check him out. But here's a quick little video on what his position on becoming a specialist is. So check this out real quick.
A sales conversation should look very much like this. It should be a 70-30 game. You should be spending 30% of your time talking and 70% of your time listening. And that is how you position yourself as a specialist. I got diagnosed with a mild heart condition a couple of years ago called Wolff-Parkinson's-White, where they discovered that I was having heart palpitations and my heart would flutter every now and then. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, oh yeah, you've got Wolff-Parkinson's-White. I'll send you to a specialist. I went in, I sat down. The first thing he said, he goes, oh, I've just been looking through your charts. It's clear to me that you need the operation. The operation costs about $15,000. It's going to take about probably 1 to 2 hours. I can fit you in 2 weeks from now or 4 weeks from now. Which is going to be best for you? And I was like, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Don't call me, I'll call you. And I left. And my goal was to fix it through meditation and good nutrition. And I did, but then it started coming back just after my son was born. And I went and saw the GP and he asked about it. I said, yeah, it's coming back again. He goes, mate, you really should see a specialist. And I said, well, don't send me to the specialist that you sent me to, because he was just an absolute quack. He just wanted to sell me something. I said, who do you know that is the best in this area that specializes in this? He goes, oh, his name is Dr. Miyashita. And I was like, oh, that sounds like Mr. Miyagi. So made an appointment, sat down with Dr. Miyashita. The first thing he did is he said, okay, so tell me about how this feeling affects you. Where does it typically show up? Does it trigger anything else? Does it affect when you exercise? Does it affect when you sleep? Does it affect when you go to work? And he asked me, he spent about 45 minutes asking me question after question after. By the 15-minute mark, I'm like, I'm sold. Because he was extracting information for me to recognize how it was actually affecting me. And all of a sudden I started going, wow, this is actually, showing up in more areas than I thought. And he said to me, listen, the reality is you don't need the surgery, but here are the consequences and the probability of those consequences if you don't get the surgery. And one of them was early mortality. And I literally said to him, if you were me, what would you do? And he goes, mate, you've just had a child, you're a new father. If I were you, get it done, get it out of the way, move on with your life. That's what I would do. And I was like, I'm sold. I didn't even ask him how much he charged. I just said to him, when can you fit me in? Now, I don't care if you're selling homewares or software applications, cars or houses. I want you to learn how to become a specialist. And a specialist is someone who knows how to ask really good questions that provide really good data. So we ask good questions, get good information. That good information gives us the ability to ask even better questions, and that gives us better information, and the cycle goes on.
Don't you just love him? But also his perspective, he had a challenge. He went through it. He shared what his experience was. He talked to clearly a doctor that was sole concern was to earn a commission, right? We oftentimes forget that doctors, offices are businesses, right? And are businesses. And I often get very frustrated going to doctor's offices. My wife is pregnant currently with our third child. Yay, go me. Building my basketball team. But we changed doctors a couple times because the lack of customer service at some doctor's office is unacceptable. Just the lack of disrespect for the patients, the shortness at which some doctors will treat you. And now we found a great doctor that truly cares about her patients and not just making money. And so his experience is so true. But he found a specialist who specializes passionately in working through this challenge, through this medical condition. And so take into consideration what you're doing. Like, are you in a business just to make money? Just to make money. And that's okay, right? I'm not going to scold you or scorn you or slap your wrist for saying I'm just here to make money, because we got to make money, right? We need to make money. It's important, right? I mean, maybe most of you probably have a job that you put in some time. Maybe you're watching me on your phone. You got me plugged in your ear while you're at your desk. Great. Cheers to you, because you are the late night, early morning hustler who's doing what it takes while others won't, so you can soon live like others can. And the reality of that is that most people won't sacrifice. They won't sacrifice the hard times for the greater good in the future. They won't put off refuse reward until the task has been accomplished. So what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say to you that it's important to make money, right? You need to make money, right? You got to make a little extra money. You got to feed your family. You got to do stuff you don't want to do. But longer term, find yourself in a position where you love what you do. You love it. It's oh my God, I get paid to do this. This is unbelievable. And if you can put yourself in a position, whether it's coaching or whether it's sales or whether it's marketing or whether it's helping people lose weight or whether it's helping people travel better, whether helping people save money on their bills, whether you're a realtor and you love homes, whether it's mortgage, people getting great rates buying their houses, whether it's insurance and you help people securing their family's security through life insurance, whether it's online marketing, teaching people how to make money, helping people quit their job, right? So whatever it is, right, find that thing. But if you fall in love with what you do, great line says you'll never work a day in your life. So I hope this is making sense. Give me a 1 in the comments below if this is making sense to you. And I'm going to jump into this training. But I love Kerwin's video there because he's like, I went to someone who's supposed to be great at this, and all he wanted to do is sell me. And he could feel that. He could feel that through the way they're communicating. So how are you communicating to your prospects? How are you communicating to your leads? Are you simply telling people Hey, you got to buy this. We're all going to get rich together. My God, my upline has a Lamborghini. Oh my God, the people I work with drive real nice cars and take great vacations. The guy calls me up one time and tries to pitch me. He's like, I'm working with this guy and he's got a 40-acre ranch in Utah and it's the biggest ranch in Utah and he's got a 20,000 square foot house and it's got a jacuzzi and he's rich. And I'm like, I don't give a S about this guy's ranch in Utah. What can these products do for me, for my family? And if they can do something for me and my family, then I can get passionate about them and go share them with other people and earn a commission for helping other people feel the same way that I feel. You got to change your pitch. You got to change your pitch from money to motivation. You got to change your pitch from all about trying to extract cash from people to how can I give this person a result? Because when you give someone a result, they will pay for your product, they'll pay for your service, they will consider you their person that satisfies that service in their life forever. You'll be that person. I have one realtor. I don't have multiple realtors. One guy's done very well for me my whole life. So I don't need to look somewhere else. He's excellent at what he does. I have one mortgage person. He's excellent at what he does. Right? I don't need it. There's people pitch me all the time. Hey man, I just got started in mortgages. If you're looking to buy a house, I'll hire you. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. I want the guy who just got started. And no disrespect, if you just got started, you got to hustle, but you're not gonna get my business yet. Okay, you work your way up. But I have people that are the people that I turn to for things. Are you the person? Are you the expert in your field that your friends, your family, new people will feel an overwhelming relief when they find out that you know what you know about your product, service, opportunity, and that they're in great hands. And if you're not there yet, don't get discouraged. Get learning. Start studying. Go through, figure out how to become one of the most educated people on what you're passionate about, and business will come to you. It'll freak you out. You'll be like, all I've been doing is growing, and all that's happening is people want to hire me. Like it is a unique situation that if you take time to continue to focus on your business, you continue your education, let me fix this, and you continue to grow, that others will see that. They'll see you trying to getting better. So awesome. I see a lot of ones in here. Excellent. Yeah. Fall in love with what you do. You got it. Fall in love with what you do 100%. So let's jump into the training, and it's gonna be a little contradictory because this training is actually called The Secret Power of the Generalist and How They'll Rule the Future. And I picked this to just completely contradict what I talked about because yes, specialization is important for when you figure it out. But in general, being somewhat knowledgeable about a few different things will serve you well. And so I really enjoyed this. I want to share with you. I always like to show a little picture while I talk because me standing here talking into a microphone doesn't really, deliver the same. See, I get all radio voice for you guys when I go through these. But let me pull this up real quick. And I want to dig into this real quick. This is a really powerful thing, and it goes all over what we're talking about. But my goal, let me focus with you real quick. My goal on these calls is not to give you 10 tasks. And this should be your goal from these calls as well. It's not to give you 10 things to change what you do. My sole thing is for you in this 30 minutes you spend with me is to pull one or two little nuggets out and start to implement that. And I've said this many times for those that have listened to these calls before, is that if I give you 10 things to do, and you say, you know what, Grady, I'm going to do these 10 things and my life's going to change and my business is going to change. I'm going to do these things. What's happened is life is going to go, hey, hey, Grady, you're busy. You've got kids, business, company, family, friends, stuff going on. You can't, I'm not going to, your mind's going, I'm not going to let you do those 10 things right now because you're too busy to implement all these 10 changes. And all of a sudden, you go from this excited person who wants to do all these things and change, and you've got these new ideas and these new things, and all of a sudden, you aren't able to actualize on those 10 things. And the immediate result of unable to do that from passion to unable to act on that passion, the feeling is guilt. And all of a sudden, this wonderful thing, it makes you feel guilty. And guilt is a terrible thing to have when we're trying to produce in business, because you need to be in a positive state of mind. You need to be focused. You need to be understanding that you're providing a solution to people, right? Salesman's mantra is you provide a solution to people that improves their lives. You help people make a decision to improve their lives. And so if you feel guilty, then you can't do that. So your goal from this is just soak the sip, take some notes, but find one thing. That's it. Just one thing that you can go implement, right? I'm going to try one thing a little bit different, right? I've been waking up, drinking a glass of water. I've been waking up, drinking tea instead of my coffee. I used to drink a lot of coffee and creamer, and I'm like, why am I not losing weight? Well, have you ever looked at the back of what's in creamer? It's like drinking butter. And, I like butter, but I don't like drinking butter. So I drink black tea now. And I'm like happy as a clam. Pounds are starting to trickle off, little things here. So little tiny pivots. That's your goal. I want to see pivot in the comments below. That's what I want you guys to think about. Tiny little pivots, not monumental changes. Tiny little pivots. Someone type pivot in the comments below, and let's get this started. You're going to love this. Pulling this up. All right, awesome. Karen, first to type it. Good for you. I can see you on here, Michael. All right, a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of good stuff. Great to have you guys on here today. Pivot, loving it. All right, so here is the thought process, and this is from Megan Casserly, and she is in entrepreneurship. She's a woman. She's on the Forbes. This is from Forbes magazine, so the content is very high quality. This is called The Secret Power of the Generalist and How They'll Rule the Future. When discussing the animal kingdom, each creature resides on a species scale of generalist to specialist. Special creatures like the koala bear can only survive on an extremely limited set of conditions. Diet, eucalyptus. Climate, warm. Environment, trees. Generalists, on the other hand, think like mice, are able to survive just about anywhere they can withstand heat and cold, eat your organic breakfast cereal or seeds and berries foraged in the wild. As a result, specialist species thrive only when their conditions are perfect. They serve a very specific purpose within their particular ecosystem and are extremely adept in navigating it. However, should those conditions change as a result of nature or, more commonly, an outside force, specialist species often become extinct. In contrast, mice can move from spot to spot on the globe, adapt to different cultures, diets, and weather systems, and most importantly, stay alive. Now, in a professional setting, employees operate on a similar spectrum. We are either specialists, not just a historian, but a historian of Civil War powder muskets, or we're generalists. In recent decades, particularly as American workforces move towards technology firms, specialists have become a hot commodity. Now, in Silicon Valley, for example, employers wage wars for much coveted technical engineers and coders who build the search engines and social networks we so highly value. This makes sense. Once again, referring to nature, environments with more competition breed more specialists. Rainforests, for example, are chock full of diversity and competition for survival, which results in hundreds of thousands of highly specialized species. Now, Silicon Valley, New York City, and most other highly productive, highly competitive business landscapes offer similarly. Instead of countless species of the spider, a modern workforce has become a highly specialized mass of micronuclear physicists, fiber optics engineers, and Java developers who all function brilliantly when conditions are perfect. But what happens when the ecosystem shifts? Now, despite the corporate world's insistence on specialization, the workers most likely to come out on top are generalists, but not just because of their innate ability to adapt to new workplaces, job descriptions, or culture shifts. Instead, according to writer Carter Phillips, the author of 2012's Evolutionaries, generalists will thrive in a culture where it's becoming increasingly valuable to know a little bit about a lot. Meaning that where you fall on the spectrum of specialist to generalist could be one of your most important aspects of your personality and your survival in an ever-changing workplace. We've become a society that's data-rich and meaning-poor, he says. A rise of specialists in all areas, science, math, history, and psychology, has left us with tremendous content. But how valuable is that knowledge without context? Context, he says, which can be provided by generalists whose breadth of knowledge can serve as a link between the hard-won scientific breakthroughs and the rest of the world. All right, we're coming to a close, so stick with me here. It gets real good. Only by understanding the work within fields to the right and to the left of your own can you understand the bigger picture, he says. Whether you're talking about corporation, sales analysis, understanding the supply chain, as well as internal operations, or the world as a whole, we've become so focused on specialization. But just as there are truths that can only be found as a specialist, he says, there are truths that can only be revealed by a generalist, who we can weave these ideas into the broader fabric of understanding. The preferences of historian David Christian, whose 2011 TED Talk, presented big history of an entire universe from the Big Bang to the present in 18 minutes. Using principles of physics, chemistry, biology, information, architecture, and human psychology, generalism is at work. Now, in other arguments for the rise of a generalist, consider this research from University of Pennsylvania's Professor Philip Tetlock. As referenced in a recent Harvard Business Review blog, Tetlock studied 248 professional forecasters over 20 years to determine whether experts or non-experts make more accurate predictions in the areas of expertise. Now, here's the close. Listen to this. After collecting more than 80,000 forecasts, he concluded that when seeking accurate predictions of the future, the non-experts, non-specialists, were the best bet. It's better, he said, to turn to those who know many things and draw from an eclectic array or traditions and accept ambiguity and contradictions, the so-called experts. Relying on a single perspective, he found, was problematic, even detrimental to predicting an accurate outcome. Now, why? Quite simply because a single-minded person cannot predict variables they don't know anything about. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste that in the live so you guys can see this. I agree, Hillary Sky. Okay. And so one last thing, when deciding whether between becoming a generalist or a specialist in career paths, you need to carefully consider the type of person you are. What are you looking for from your career? What are you looking for from your future, from your business? If you're passionate about a specific niche topic, you should consider turning it into a career. Passion is needed for success. And if you love learning more about a particular topic, then don't be afraid to become an expert on that subject. On the other hand, if you have broader interests and you don't quite know what you want from your future, starting out as a generalist can be a good way to find your desired career path. You should also consider the broader subject of interest and what type of careers it offers. Certain domains, such as a hard species, are still filled with specialist positions. For example, medicine. Specialization is often the preferred choice. Physicists are also more often specialized in a particular topic. The more uncertain and loosely defined domains, such as social sciences and business, can offer more options for generalists. These subjects often provide with transferable skills that can be used in a more broader manner. Now, the key thing to remember is that choice isn't a matter of intellect or ability. Specialists are not smarter than generalists, and simply being a generalist, you don't turn down the option of becoming a specialist later on. Both career choices, both business choices require hard work, dedication, and passion if you want to succeed. Ultimately, the advantages and disadvantages of either path depend on your personality and drive. If you work hard towards achieving your career goals, you can do so as either. So, I'm kind of like jumping around here. But what I wanted, but this is like, I mean, when I started researching into this, there's a lot of chatter on this topic, like a specialist, who's better, right? And the reality is it depends solely on what your passion is. And so go back 12 minutes to my passionate plea. If you know you love real estate, if you know you love business, if you know if you're a doctor, if you're a teacher, if you love what you do, then specialize in that thing. But the reality of like why I personally choose to continue to learn about as much as I can is more like my little generalist, because I'm currently a specialist in online marketing. A few years ago, I was a specialist in network marketing in my company's products. Before that, I was a specialist in insurance. But now I have all these things that are under my belt. Like there's an article out there, there's a research out that says that the average 30-year-old in today's society will have 9 different jobs before they hit the age of 30. So they work a few jobs, hit 18, they go to college, have a few jobs, then they graduate from college, traditional people. And what happens? They bounce around with some more jobs after college. Like people aren't committed to things as long anymore. So for you and the fast-pacing society, become aware. Become aware. Now, there's a lot of different conflicting. Kerwin says become a specialist. Why? Because that person found out they loved their passion for being a doctor. But you guys, where you're at, learning about as much as you can, but then focusing on the things that feel good to you, that attract you to it, that you want to keep, you want to hold, hang your flag next to, right? Have you figured that out yet? Like what defines you? What do you want to hang your name on? Even if you're not there yet, that's why you should keep exploring. But if you had, got to feel good each and every day to wake up and go to get to work on your passion. So I've been a generalist my whole life. I love this validation that generalist is just as smart as a specialist. That's right. They're just as smart. I mean, my friend who's a doctor, he's very smart at being a doctor. I'm very smart at business, right? We're all, and that's something I like to talk about too, is you are all excellent at something, whether it's piano or art or speaking in Spanish or business or something. And you've sacrificed time away from your family, from your friends. You've missed birthday parties. You've missed dinners to focus on that passion. And now you just need to, figure out what's your passion, figure out, how to make money with that passion, and you can continue to thrive. And so, these power calls are all over the place. I love it. And I love talking about business and things. If maybe you guys have any questions on the content today, I can give you, my opinion. But then I've got one last final video you can't miss. It's a beautiful, powerful video on for Matthew McConaughey on his Oscar, I believe it's his Oscar acceptance speech, and it's just super good. And it's from Goalcast, if you know the kind of content they produce. So Adrian, this is a real eye over. You got it, man. Glad I can help. Aaron Frost, glad you can help. Betty Blake, I'm completely a generalist. Jill of all trades is my nickname. Hey, you can adapt, you can change. I've got one friend who is a stock trader, and great business is great when the market's up. Market's down, no one wants to move their money, right? He's stuck. He's got no other way to make money. People want to move their money and pay him his 1% when the market's down. Heck no, they don't. I have another friend who's got like 4 different businesses. He's a realtor. He's got a landscaping business. He's got a auto glass business. He's got another business, and so some people would say, he should focus on something. Well, he finds himself passionately able to work in a few different fields. I mean, a lot of it, nothing. There's no one shirt size for everybody, right? There's no one size fits all. We're all unique people. We can all, with our mental capacity is all different based on what we are. Some people are like, they want to wake up at 6, go to the gym till 7, be in the office by 8, work till 5, come home, play with their family, watch their TV, read some books, and that is the satisfaction they need, and they'll do that for decades. Some people, that sounds like absolute freaking torture to have such a programmed life. And so just understanding that, like what your neighbor does doesn't matter to you. Don't be playing, looky-loo-itis. You got to check out what other people are doing and seeing what other people are doing. Do what satisfies you, and you're going to be able to do so much better in this life because it's going to satisfy you. That's the big thing. So Michelle Reynolds says, being a generalist, as a CEO of a virtual assistant business, being a generalist has been amazing for my team. And in network marketing, learning the industry has allowed me to coach others with varied backgrounds and money stories. Michelle, you got a lot going on over there. I love it. We should connect. Quite simply because that's me. Jerry York, great to see you on here. Hello from Rome. Hello. Hey, Krista. Awesome. Okay, well, you guys, I'm going to let you get rocking and rolling on your day. This has been the Power Call with Grady Polson. If you'd like more of this stuff, scroll down on our page. You'll see I've done a lot of video calls since, I believe, January. I've done them on video. I used to do them on the phone. We'd get 50 to 100 people on the phone. We decided to take advantage of what Facebook has given us, which is a gift to be able to produce, push content out to the internet and touch people through Facebook, which is the biggest marketing platform in the world. And so if you're marketing on Facebook, cheers to you. But also go into your back office of Online Sales Pro. Under marketing training, there is a section, an embedded link where you can listen to all these past power calls. I've done a lot of different calls, a lot of different things, and some hundreds, some of thousands of you listens, and it's humbling for me to be able to just share my passion on things with all of you guys out there. So, hello, Greg. Nice to see you on here. So let's run it. Let's check out this last video. Let's hit you guys off on your day. Appreciate you joining me, but you're gonna love this. You're absolutely gonna love this video. So check this out. I'll send you out. Have a wonderful day. I was in the day with 2 quotes. 1, invest in yourself. It is the only place you can guarantee a positive return. Continue to read, watch audios, connect with mentors, invest in yourself, time and money. It is the only place you can guarantee a positive return into you. And 2, success loves company. Work hard each and every day, support each other, and we will all get to the top together. Success loves company. I'll see you guys on the next Power Call. Check out this video, all right?
a few things, about 3 things to my account that I need each day. One of them is something to look up to, another is something to look forward to, and another is someone to chase. First off, I want to thank God, because that's who I look up to. He has graced my life with opportunities that I know are not of my hand or any other human hand. He has shown me that it's a scientific fact that gratitude reciprocates. In the words of the late Charlie Lawton, who said, when you got God, you got a friend, and that friend is you. To my family, that's who and what I look forward to. To my father, who I know is up there right now with a big pot of gumbo. He's got a lemon meringue pie over there. He's probably in his underwear, and he's got a cold can of Miller Lite, and he's dancing right now. To you, Dad, you taught me what it means to be a man. To my mother, who's here tonight, who taught me and my 2 older brothers, demanded that we respect ourselves. And what we in turn learned was then we were better able to respect others. Thank you for that, Mama. To my wife, Camilla, and my kids, Levi, Peter, and Mr. Stone, the courage and significance you give me every day I go out the door is unparalleled. You are the 4 people in my life that I want to make the most proud of me. Thank you. And to my hero, that's who I chase. Now, when I was 15 years old, I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I come back 2 weeks later. This person comes up and says, who's your hero? I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. No. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero's always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me, because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing. So to any of us, whatever those things are, whatever it is we look up to, whatever it is we look forward to, and whoever it is we're chasing, to that I say amen. To that I say, all right. And to that I say, just keep living, huh? Thank you.